White Sox have won the World Series. They're mobbing each other on the field.
This is Sportscenter.
Out! Out! A White Sox winner and a World Championship. Their first World Championship since 1917. Chicago, go crazy.
And there's this. The Eagles' offense has been downright offensive at times this season. What's the answer? Well, T.O. serves it up. Teddy Bruschi's comeback plans going as planned in New England. But will Teddy be ready for game time?
That's my coach's call. Right now, I feel I'm being evaluated.
Sportscenter on your TV, teamed up with Steve Levy. I am John Anderson. Thanks for having us. From the first day of the season to the last, the Chicago White Sox in first place.
And really, John, outside of coming within a game and a half of blowing that little 15-game lead in late September, well, there was never a doubt. That, along with an 88-year wait, is now easily forgotten. To Houston and Chris Berman.
Steve, John, thank you, and a city of Chicago says thank you to this 2005 White Sox team who erased an even larger drought than one we were talking about last year, with spirit and moxie and almost perfection in the postseason. The White Sox, 11 of 12 in the postseason, dousing themselves in champagne and holding the World Series trophy high. That trophy wasn't that heavy the last time they won it back in 1917. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Berman. Welcome to Houston with the skipper, Larry Boa, Harold Reynolds, and Peter Gammons. And history, we all love history. We saw history out here being made here this week and right here in Houston. Well, history, 1917. The Lusitania was sunk. The United States was brought into World War I. World War I. And that was the last year the Chicago White Sox won a World Series. The last time they were in it was 1959. And now you tell me that there's an 88-year drought for the White Sox, and they're going to finish it off with a World Series sweep? Well, that was what they tried to do in Houston. Major League Baseball's Latino Legends team announced before the game Luis and Roberto Jr. Clemente, honoring his dad, Juan Marichal, Fernando Valenzuela, Pedro, A-Rod, Edgar Martinez, Pudge, some of the others named to the team. All right. Meanwhile, we have a scoreless game. Freddie Garcia won in each of the rounds against Boston and against the Angels. And Freddie Garcia up to the task. Bottom of the sixth, Jason Lane with the bag juice and 2 outs. Gets a strikeout. Garcia, 4 hits, 7-inning pitch, struck out 7. But meanwhile, Brandon Bakke, who came in and warmed up in the 5.5-hour game, he was great.
17 swings and misses on his slider in 7 innings. Unheard of.
He K'd 5 in a row at one point. The World Series record is 6 in a row. Now Brad Lidge, he's been such a good player, but another name you don't think of, Willie Harris, pinch hit, single to lead the 8th inning for Chicago. And then Scott Podsednik with a bunt. Oh, they can play long ball, medium ball, and little ball. And
great fundamentals. He's been in the National League before, and so has the pinch hitter Carl Everett. They get the out here, but it moves the guy to third base.
So third base, 2 out, and Jermaine Live and Let Die is up. 2 hits earlier in the game, up the middle. Base hit for Dye. Harris scores. The White Sox have finally scored, and they lead it 1-0.
2 out hits are hard to come by. You get 2 out hits, you win a lot of ball games.
Cliff Polite. He's impolite right here. He hits the speedy Willie Tavares.
The wrong guy to hit, too.
Yep. And Lance Berkman, the ball goes away, and for a minute, Tavares was thinking about third.
Well, this may have been the biggest pitch of the night against the Astros because that took the bat of Berkman out of his hands. They intensely walked him, and you know what the rest of the lineup's been doing? They've been scuffling.
Ozzie brings in Neil Cox to face the pinch hitter, Jose Vizcaino, and look at Juan Uribe with a gun to end the 8th.
Juan Uribe played a great game, not only tonight, but the whole series. This guy's been tremendous.
And now Bobby Jenks in Double-A in July. 24-year-old Bobby Jenks trying to close it and finish it. Jason Lane, Brooper. And the tying run is on in the bottom of the ninth for the Astros who never gave up. The president Barbara Bush, all looking on, trying to will the Astros. Lane at second after he's advanced there by a bunt by Osmus. And here's Uribe. He doesn't even play in this park. Look at the play he made.
And that's not Derek Jeter. That's Juan Uribe. Unbelievable play.
The play of the series defensively, in which the White Sox made several. And Jenks says, you're going to give me that? I'm going to give you this. Looking on Jeff Bagwell and pinch hit earlier. Craig Biggio had a hit earlier in the game, but his last at bat not successful. Can they do it? Orlando Palmeiro is the pinch hitter. Biggio would have been next. Jenks can't get it. Uribe fires just in time. And the White Sox have won it. The White Sox winning Game 4 by the scantest of margins, 1-0. Pour out of the field for the Astros. And the game, Craig Biggio been with the squad since '88, another year to wait. Big Frank couldn't play in the postseason, but he's a big part of the squad. And how about you love this, the guns of Uribe.
It's unbelievable. Juan Uribe did a tremendous job. He made 2 great plays back-to-back to lead them to this victory.
And so much talk about replay. Gary Cederson made that call right there, and that was a tremendous call to end the series.
So the White Sox, when there's the MVP, Jermaine Dye, 7 of 16, 438 in the series, 3 hits on this night. And A.J. Brzezinski, Captain Chaos, in the middle of everything. And won't some of his plays in this postseason be talked about forever? And won't this be talked about on the south side of Chicago, the baddest part of town? 1917, goodbye. 2005, the White Sox beat the Astros by the count of 1-0. The manager and the winning pitcher, Freddie Garcia from Venezuela, Ozzie Guillen, 2 years ago was the third base coach of the Marlins, played over 1,700 games as a White Sox. Now he's skippered him to the championship.
That's the first time in my life, last inning, my heart was pounding like crazy. But, you know, because I was nervous, just because I was so excited. I said, when this moment going to happen? A lot of people waiting for this moment, and wow, it went through.
It's what we dream about, getting to the World Series and then winning it. I mean, it's a great accomplishment, and you know, I'm just happy for everybody, you know, the players, the fans, the city, and we're going to enjoy this one for a long time.
It's been a long, long ride, and I'm happy, man. I'm just happy I'm still active in this organization to get to this moment. This team deserves this, and like I told people earlier, people always told me, yeah, you need to leave to get a ring. No, I'm happy to stay in Chicago, and I got a ring with a team that I really wanted to win a ring with.
We just believed. We got it going right at the end of September. We went into Cleveland, you know, played them great, and just kind of rolled from there, and we believed every game we could win, no matter what the score, no matter what the situation, we proved it.
The Chicago White Sox, not only an 88-year drought by the boards, they're one of the very few teams to start the season in first and end it in first, never out of there. The last team, Lou Pinella's Reds of 1990, Sparky's Tigers, the Dodgers that broke the curse, and a team you might have heard of, the 1927 Yankees. And maybe we'll be talking about this team for a little, because look, what they did this year was win 11 of 12 postseason, 16 of their last 17 games. But Peter, what they did for Chicago, the second city, the second team, they don't have to look up at
there'll be a whole new world of fans in Chicago, particularly when they really realize how good this team was. I mean, you have to judge a team by what it did in the year in which it played. The best modern team in the last 25 years, the '98 Yankees. But you see what they did. They went wire to wire in a division that was, by the way, 8 games over 500 against the American League East. They absolutely blistered the postseason. They won the most games in the American League. In my mind, the only comparable teams, 84 Tigers, 89 A's, and the 99 Yankees after the 98 Yankees.
That's an incredible story. I remember in spring training, Phil Bradley and Bob Nightingale, works for Baseball Weekly, said the White Sox are the best team in baseball. I said, the White Sox? Are you kidding me? And they said, I'll tell you what, Garland's going to have a great year. The pitching is tremendous. And you know what? They were absolutely right. The White Sox were the best team in baseball this year. They caught it, they hit it, and they pitched it. And when you do that, those 3 things, you're going to win a lot of games, and they deserve this title because they were the best team in baseball.
And Harold, the one thing I think you can, if you want to label them, they're a blue-collar team. They go out there every night, they grind it out, they do whatever they have to do to win. If they have to slug it out, they win 8-7. If they need a 1-0 game like tonight, they got big Freddie Garcia on the mound. So this ball club can do it any which way you want to have them beat hurt you. But the bottom line is Ozzie Guillen did a tremendous job in leading this ball club through some adversity in late August, kept them in control, and they went down the stretch, and they went wire to wire.
Big ball, medium ball, and small ball. Hey, 2-run games, 68 and 35. That includes 7 and 1 in the postseason. That's 2 and 1-run games. Man, you win that many games close, you are concentrating right. I mean, it's almost 100 games we're talking about there. Meanwhile, the Houston Astros, they'll be talking about this in Houston for a long time, too, because this franchise, since the beginning of the 60s, they had never made the World Series. No, they didn't want to get swept, but they can hold their heads high because they, too, made it to the promised land.
I just don't like to lose. Our team lost.